into it, but don't worry, the score has maintained the same. Still 1 goal up for Xavier with 40 seconds left of the clock. Xavier trying to set themselves right back up as Galaxy's taking down the stretch. They want that insurance goal, but they're not gonna find it. Ariel's right there to knock it away as time is ticking down. Tigers cannot let something go through if they want to shut it down here and now. They have to find a goal to push this to overtime.
This was that one chance, and Xavier, they want to defend, they want to conserve this goal lead when they have. It's down to the final 20 seconds. Is this going to be the chance that we head finally up towards the 5th game? First game, 1-10, went in the 3-0, second in the 3-1. This could be a potential confirmation 3-2, but this down 10 seconds. It all comes down to Mango as he still looks to play towards the midfield. Ariel's one final chance, one last chance from the start of Auburn to take us to overtime, but that's not going to happen. As the ball touches the ground, we go up with the decider game. We are heading over to decider, and this is for the very first time, I think, the very first week itself, that we got to see so many crossovers of game, so many turn-off events. And is this the reverse comeback I think we all wanted? Is this the reversal which is going to help Xavier, one who might potentially get to dominate in this entire, after the past 2 games, just look after the scoreline 2-1 at this point, and the previous one yet again being the 1 goal differential game.
Yeah, 1 goal differential as we go into game 5, do or die for everyone. We might see a sweep and a reverse sweep here in week 1. Xavier trying to set themselves up to do so. And I could not be more impressed with how Xavier has changed the pace of this game, the style of this game. We were expecting so much to see, an Auburn just shred coming out of game 1. It did not look like there was any hope for Xavier after game 1. You can't recover from a 6-1 easily. Sure enough, they didn't. They had to take, a hangover game in game 2, fully implement their adjustments, fully test out new things. And the moment game 3 hit, this Xavier squad has looked completely different. They have shut down this Auburn squad since then. That amazing offense, gone. That high-powered shooting, gone. All that we have right now is Xavier. To game 5. Here we go, right on to the kickoff. And Xavier, block on their side. Galaxy trying to set it on up. High flying ball. Do they have the block? No! Ariels living up to their name for the high flying goal. This player continues to be incredibly explosive. Auburn starts off in the lead for the decider.
Exactly, what a start. Auburn, a 9-second goal to start things up for the decider. They know that this is where things and stakes are at the highest possible position, as Ariel is the only one to defend, but goes out for the pump. Might miss the ball, but not the shot all the way towards the offensive players. Nonetheless, it's going to be the start of Auburn, who might now get an opportunity, an open window. Hot Galaxy is going to get the deflection. Ariel still looking to put things down in the middle. Their skill doesn't kind of overcome it. He sees it coming, and the way they are leading Team Xavier's in these situations are so strong. But Galaxy, what is that goal? What is that flick? And what is that touchdown? A very clean flick in the end to get the equalizer right into the 38 seconds of the game. This game has went the distance, and now it's all about time. All about 4 minutes 22 seconds when we are going to see that one of these 2 teams are going to be the one who will be taking down the other. But both of teams have shown such a good Rocket League at this point.
Yeah, talk about threading the needle on that goal. I was about to talk about, hey, now that Auburn has a goal up, Xavier's been playing this slow. That might just be enough. That 1 goal might be the difference. Now that argument is completely gone. Xavier got themselves right back into it with a move faster than anything we've seen from them before. The pace changes from Xavier have gone their way every time, but not this time. Dreskel on their lonesome coast to coast finds their way. Ariels does a great job of blocking out the defender, screening the team so that Dreskel can find the way in. And once again, Auburn's offense is back in swing.
Exactly, 2-1 scoreline, and it's just the first minute. The story was only about the first minute, and now as we move on to the second minute, let's see how the situations are going to go on as Xavier still play the game of demo, and that game of demo was started in the third game, and after that, it's all history. We came down to the fourth. We are now at the final decider game, and Demos does not supposed to be stopping anywhere close. Galaxy this time looks for the follow-up, gets any opportunity, looks for a bump onto Ariel so that the ball just flies away towards the center. But Irish has to do a lot of heavy lifting here at this point. Galaxy yet again looking after the cross wings. There's a demo towards the center. This could be that one window that opens, but Draskil is so nice towards the defense, being the alone guy towards the goalpost, and yet again managing to get as team. Auburn now looks to give the reversal. This is the chance, and Draskil, not just the defense but also the offense, looks so well for him.
They were just taking a break. They were just recharging, reloading for this game 5. Coming out so strong here, more than a goal a minute. 3 minutes left in this game, and Auburn has 2 goals above. Not just the winning goal, but an insurance goal, but it's taken away immediately. Scrim right there to punch right back at this Auburn squad. We were talking, hey, high flying, shootout, let's go. Let me see the offense. I want 1,000,000 kickoffs. Xavier, giving it to us in game 5. Screw slowing it down. Screw a slow pace. Screw a defense-oriented game. This is a shootout.
Auburn yet again managing to keep things alive. They have a 1-goal lead, and they do want to make sure that they don't just give out these open opportunities out there as they did in the previous one. But Team Xavier, what could stop them at this point? They have seen the worst. They have seen themselves just go out being dominated in the very first game. Who would have believed? So the first game being down to a 6-1 scoreline would have resulted in us going to a decider after the previous game being one of the reverse setbacks. But will this setback be real as Galaxy manages to defend himself? Irish looking for a crossover, Scrib, and all of the players are just committing as the cross lane comes in. Team Xavier, if you take a look after their entire rotation positions, they have been dominating the midfields, and this might really pay off pretty hefty because Team Auburn might get a chance at this moment. Ariel are looking for these back-to-back passes towards the ground, but now Galaxy, as he moves on towards the Ariel, wants to look for clearance. Irish is going to go for a pass, but Script comes towards the back line, having no boost in his tanks, and that gives Team Auburn a clean chance to get the ball back towards the opponent net.
Irish now continuing to want to push this pace. Galaxy! Oh no! That's not what you want to see there. Mango able to set it up. Get some help from the opposing team. Slight little tick right over their head. Galaxy not able to fight off the attack. And just like that, Auburn has their insurance goal once more. Trying to add on another one. Scrib barely fighting that one away. That was dangerous.
That was heroic, I think. That is what Team Xavier needed for a start. They need an instant goal, but that's an open net.
Oh no!
Might get the redirect just goes off towards the top corner, but nonetheless, Xavier still managing to put these pressures up in the midfield. Auburn need to make sure that they manage to burn down the entire clock. It's not about the goals, it's not about the defense, it's about the time at this moment, and that is so out of Auburn as they still are playing deep towards the defense. They don't want any offense, they don't need any goal, they want the series as we are on to the final one. Another reflect, but that doesn't survive for long. Irish goes on for a crossbar, but the pass is not towards the center. All the 3 players constantly building up. Galaxy with the chance, but that is now down to only 30-second window.
Yeah, most important member of the team right now. It's not Ariels, it's not Dreskel, it's not Mango, it's Father Time. Try to game done and close it out. Xavier, 15 seconds now. Scram trying to push this the other way. Can't get it past Dreskel. Gonna swing back to this Xavier side. Irish now throwing it up in the air. 10, 9. You can see the clock ticking down. Galaxy and Lust. Desperate act. Trying to get it out of the corner. Not gonna find it. Scrib now. You gotta play volleyball from here on out. This ball just has to hit the ground. But Dreskel wants to add on another goal. Galaxy finally puts an end to it. Gonna get out of this game 5 with just the 4-2. And Auburn squeaks past Xavier and manages to escape this game in game 5.
What a game. I think, the first game, I think, we were when they were dominating in the very 90 seconds. But after Team Xavier managed to get their hold on to this entire game. This game was more like a game of tug of war, going each way, either side, in each and every game of the entire series. And in the end, favoring it all the way out towards the side of Team Auburn University, a 3-2 scoreline to get and to be the first one to cross the finish line. But what an interesting series. I think to all the series which we witnessed today, it started up with a 3-0, then we went to a 3-1, and finally a decider game for the final series. What do you have to say about this?
I mean, I could not be more impressed with this. Auburn coming in, brand new team, brand new story, complete unknown, complete question. I think that question's been answered. We know exactly how Auburn wants to play now. They're a high flying, death defying, offense oriented team. And utterly showing that style today. We saw a little bit of an answer from Xavier. He had a great game 3, great game 4 to keep this going. A slower pace, not something they did amazing with, but that faster pace, absolutely throwing it through. With that, though, we have to take a little bit of a slower pace. We're going to do a quick break, but don't worry. We're going to have an interview with the death defying Dreskel right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for our final installment of Rocket League for the night. I know you didn't get enough of Auburn, so we brought the Auburn to you. We are joined by one of the very Auburn players themselves. How are you? Or we are joined by one of the very Auburn players themselves, Galaxies. As I was Dreskel?
Dreskel, yes.
Dreskel. Okay. How are you feeling after that one? Brought you all the way to game 5. I can't imagine what the emotions were like going into that last game.
Yeah, uh, ideally it would have ended sooner, but Xavier's a very good team. So I'm glad at least that it was entertaining for everyone, hopefully. But
Things pretty much looked rocky because in the very start, I believe, like in the starting two games, you guys were looking really dominant. What was to be like in the very first game, having like 5 goals scored in the very 90 seconds and then seeing the game getting this close? Was it like something just changed up for the start of Xavier's, or you just started to realize that, they have their games warmed up and now it's where things get serious? Like, what was the difference, what you had in the first game, then compared to the rest of the series?
yeah, first game definitely was very different. There were some uncharacteristic, I think, mistakes from Xavier that were definitely cleaned up in games 3, 4, and 5. But I mean, we're kind of a team that starts out fast, and by the end of the series, it's a very tight series. So, I mean, game one isn't a very good indicator for the entire series, and I think Xavier showed why they adapted very well and definitely elevated their gameplay in the last 3 games of the series, which made it a very, very close series by game.
True. I think that really sums up how this entire series goes all the way up towards the decider game. Another question, like after the third game, we saw a couple of, like we started things getting spiced up. We started to see a potential reverse comeback, which was coming in. On top of that, there was also this instinct that, teams getting aggressive and were aggressive. I know we talk about the bombs, we want to talk about the demos. How were you able to retaliate that? Because each and every time they were getting that one room, there was so slice room which you as a team were able to give to Xavier. I think you
Uh,
one goal, you guys in the kickoff just kept the net open and they actually capitalized on it. So how did you deal with these mid pressure, especially when there is a potential comeback? Plus, there are these demos and complete aggression which comes out of Team Xavier.
still, shit.
Oh, looks like we're having a slight problem with Dreskel.
Okay, am I
All
back
right, I think.
for everyone?
All right, I was just like on the way of asking, like, how did you deal with the mid-round aggression when Xavier getting those demos, getting those bombs, and keeping you out of this just goalpost to get the score? How are you able to deal with these aggressive plays, which tend to look as a potential comeback for Xavier's?
Yeah, the demos definitely ramped up at the second half of the series, but I'd really like to highlight my teammates because they were very good at pointing them out. So having extra set of eyes, trying to watch where everyone's going so that we don't get demoed, I think helped a lot. It took a few games to get adjusted, but I think by the end we were a little more used to it. So I think by the end you could see us somewhat being able to dodge them, but again they were very, very aggressive, and I think it was working really well for them.
I mean, yeah, with that, with your teammates being those huge part of why you found success today. Is there any teammate, coach, staff, anything going on that person you want to shout out, really give those props to for helping y'all get the win today?
Yeah, so I'd like to shout out both Mango, Aerials, and Threat. Threat especially willing to, after the first 2 games, relinquish his spot to Aerials because we wanted to try and get everyone some time because we got a couple more tournaments coming up. So really big shout out to him, but also Aerials coming in, stepping up, especially game 5. He had a massive game and helped us win. Then Mango, every game super solid. And then Malova for just kind of giving us this opportunity in this league. Yeah.
Well, could not thank you more for joining us again. That was an amazing match all around there by Auburn. I could not be more impressed. I mean, I think the entire day today was just absolutely insane. So thank you again joining us for Driscoll, for Auburn.
Have a good night.
You as well. Looking at the whole day today, again, could not be more impressed. We saw everything today. RIT putting up a sweep against the Huskies, stating their name, stating their territory in the ground, moving right on to NAU Lumberjacks and the Blue Hens. Again, tight squeaker there. Another game that we weren't, super expecting from NAU. We didn't expect them to come out that strong, but stating their name. And then finally on the day, the Auburn Tigers escaping against Xavier. Could not have come down any tighter. Every single game coming down to almost one goal, ending up winning it, staving off the